forge your path alone. 7 Stoic Truths to Awaken Your Deepest Self. Welcome to Live Stoic, Live Strong. You're here because you feel it, don't you? That restless tug in your soul, like a tide pulling you towards something deeper. A silent question that lingers in the quiet moments. Who am I beneath it all? Maybe it's the ache of living a life that feels like someone else's script. Or perhaps it's the spark of curiosity, daring you to uncover what's been buried under the weight of the world. Whatever it is, it's brought you here, to this moment, where 3 truths will hook your heart and pull you closer to yourself. First, you're not alone in feeling unseen, even in a crowd. Second, the noise of the world can drown out your own voice, but it can't silence your truth. And third, the path to finding yourself begins with a single, brave step into solitude. Ready to take that step? Let's begin. Picture this. You're surrounded by faces, friends laughing, colleagues buzzing, loved ones leaning in. Yet, there's a hollow space inside, isn't there? Like a shadow slipping through your own story. You smile when you're supposed to, not on cue, and keep moving through the motions. But deep down, there's a whisper, soft but persistent. This isn't me. You're not invisible, but you feel unseen, as if the world's spotlight skips over the real you. It's exhausting, isn't it? Pouring your energy into roles that don't quite fit, like wearing shoes that pinch with every step. You've been the dependable friend, the flawless worker, the perfect partner, all while silencing that quiet voice inside that begs for something more. Something true. The world doesn't make it easy. Its noise is relentless, a storm of notifications, obligations, and endless chatter that fragments your thoughts. Your phone buzzes like a restless bee. Your inbox overflows, each email a new demand. Conversations swirl around you, pulling you in every direction, until your own voice fades to a distant echo. Have you ever stopped to wonder, when did I lose myself in all this? You're not weak. You're stretched thin, scattered across expectations that grow heavier with each passing day. You've tried to fit in, haven't you? Chasing approval, dodging disapproval, hoping that one more task, one more smile, will prove your worth. But each effort feels like a thread, unraveling from the fabric of your soul, pulling you further from who you are. Yet what if the answer isn't out there, in louder successes or more connections? What if it's within you, waiting in the stillness only solitude can offer? Imagine pausing, just for a moment, to breathe, to let the world's demands fall away. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's a sacred space, a gentle invitation to hear your own thoughts, to feel the rhythm of your own heart. The ancient Stoics, Zeno, Cleanthes, Epictetus, knew this truth. They taught that to find yourself, you must walk alone, not to flee from others, but to stop running from you. Solitude is where you rediscover the strength that's always been yours, where you strip away the layers of noise to uncover the truth the world can't give you. You're not lost, you're buried, covered by the clamor that makes it hard to hear what's real. But you're here now, standing at the edge of a journey. This isn't just a video, it's a map, guiding you through 7 Stoic principles to unlock your true self through solitude. Each principle is a threshold, a step to shed the weight of expectations and reclaim what's yours. You didn't stumble here by accident. You're ready to face the quiet, to confront the fears, to find the courage that's been waiting within you all along. That quiet ache you felt in the last chapter, it's still there, isn't it? A gentle nudge, urging you to pause, to turn inward. It's not just pain. It's a signal, a whisper from your soul begging you to listen. So let's answer that call together. Write in the comments, "I'm ready to find myself." This is your vow, your spark, your sacred promise to rediscover who you are. Imagine me right there with you, shoulder to shoulder, seeing the fire in your eyes, ready to walk this winding path hand in hand. The world's noise fades now. Let's step into the silence, where your true story begins. Chapter 1. Your rhythm, your truth, lies waiting in the quiet. Haven't you been running too long? Sprinting to match the world's frantic beat. Endless deadlines, unspoken rules, that relentless drum of should pounding in your ears. Some days, you race, heart thumping to keep up. Others, you drag, weighed down by demands that don't feel like yours. It's exhausting, isn't it? Like swaying to a melody that jars your spirit, each note clashing with the song deep inside you. But hear this. Your soul has its own cadence, a rhythm as unique as your fingerprint, buried beneath the chaos of modern life. You're not lost or lazy. You're out of sync, your inner beat muffled by a world that pulls you away from who you truly are. Can you feel the noise stealing your voice? The constant ping of notifications, the chatter that fills every pause, the pressure to reply, to perform, to be everything for everyone. It's a storm, swirling around you, drowning your thoughts until you're left gasping for a single moment of peace. You've tried so hard to be the dependable friend, the tireless worker, but each step feels heavier, like wading through quicksand. You're not failing, dear soul. You're stretched thin, your voice reduced to a faint murmur beneath the weight of expectations, barely loud enough for even you to hear. The world's tempo isn't yours, is it? You've lived by others' rhythms, waking to alarms set by work, moving to schedules carved by duty, speaking when prompted, staying silent when expected. You've shaped yourself to fit their pace, but it's left you weary, disconnected, like a stranger staring back in the mirror. Mornings rushed, conversations hurried, all to chase a rhythm that feels foreign, like a borrowed coat that never quite fits. The philosopher Zeno once said, "Haste breeds fragility, but your steady pace? That builds strength." You don't need to match the world's sprint. You need to feel your own heartbeat. Steady, true, guiding you home to yourself. Solitude is calling, soft but insistent. It's not about escaping life. It's about reclaiming it, one intentional step at a time. Solitude is your chance to hear again, to slip away from the clamor and rediscover your rhythm. Find a quiet place today, a park where leaves rustle, a street where the world hums softly, or a cozy corner of your home. Walk slowly, phone off, each step syncing with your breath. Feel the ground beneath your feet, solid and real. Notice the air brushing your skin, the subtle sounds weaving through the silence. You're not running away, you're returning, aligning with a cadence that feels like home, a rhythm that's yours alone. You've been taught to hurry, haven't you? To cram every moment with action, to fear the stillness. But pause now and listen. Your heart knows the way. Take back your pace, step by deliberate step, and let it lead you to what's next. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how to hold that rhythm, even when the world tries to pull you back. Are you ready to keep walking? In the last chapter, you took those first deliberate steps, didn't you? Feeling the ground beneath you, sinking your breath to a rhythm that's yours alone. That was your soul whispering, guiding you back to yourself. Now let's deepen that journey, peeling back the layers to uncover the strength waiting within. Chapter 2 begins here, in the quiet, where your truth comes alive. The world has taught you to prove your worth through motion, hasn't it? It glorifies speed, applauding those who race without pause, as if stillness were a sin. But Epictetus, that wise old soul, reminds us that true freedom blooms within, not in chasing the crowd's frantic pace. You're not lazy for craving a slower step. You're wise, choosing a cadence that honors the song of your spirit. As you walk today, let the world's urgency melt away, like mist dissolving under a warm sun. Feel your thoughts settle, your heart steady. You're no longer mimicking others' tempos. You're listening, truly listening, to a beat that's always been there, pulsing softly, waiting for you to claim it. This stillness isn't isolation. It's presence, a gift of being fully with yourself. You're not turning your back on the world. You're rooting yourself in it, grounded in a rhythm that feels like home. Musonius Rufus once said, "The wise need no one's tempo but their own." Can you feel that truth stirring in you? You're not lost, dear soul. You're coming home one deliberate step at a time, to a life that flows with you, not against you. Today, carve out 20 minutes to walk alone. Feel each step, each breath, the way your body aligns with your soul, like a dancer finding the music again. You're not just walking. You're reclaiming a strength no noise can shatter, a rhythm that carries you forward, steady and true. But solitude does more. It burns away illusions. Haven't you felt that flicker of fear? That dread of being alone, not because it's empty, but because it's raw. Like standing before a fire that sees through every mask you've ever worn. You've drowned silence with noise, haven't you? Scrolling endlessly, filling every pause with chatter, anything to dodge the mirror of your own thoughts. Epictetus likened solitude to fire, refining gold by stripping away what's false. You're not weak for fearing this. You're human, shaped by a world that taught you to flee the quiet, where doubts, regrets, and old wounds bubble to the surface, unfiltered and unhidden. What masks have you worn to fit in? Smiles that never reach your heart. Roles you play to please others. The version of yourself you think the world demands. You've buried pieces of yourself. Dreams you set aside. Fears you ignored. Contradictions you thought would fade with time. But they haven't, have they? They linger, heavy as stones, pulling you away from your truth, making you feel like a stranger in your own skin. You're not broken. You're covered, weighed down by illusions you've clung to for safety, for acceptance, for a belonging that always feels just out of reach. Solitude isn't a void. It's a crucible, a fire that asks you to face what's buried. You're not crumbling in its heat. You're being refined, stripped of masks that never served you, like a sculptor chiseling away stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Embrace this fire, and let it show you who you've always been. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to carry this clarity forward, stepping boldly into a life that's truly yours. Are you ready to face the flames? You've stood in solitude's fire, haven't you? Feeling its heat burn away the masks, revealing glimpses of your true self beneath. That was no destruction. It was a beginning, a clearing of what's false to uncover what's always been yours. Now let's step deeper into those flames, where your strength is forged and your truth shines bright. Chapter 3 begins here, in the raw honesty of facing yourself. Zeno taught that what burns in this fire isn't you. It's the ego, the fears, the roles you've worn to blend into the world's expectations. Haven't you sidestepped this fire before? Afraid it would swallow you whole, strip you bare, leave you vulnerable? But this isn't ruin. It's revelation, like a forest fire clearing dead wood to let new life bloom. Step into the flames today. Carve out an hour alone, free from distractions, and let your pen move across the page. Write what rises, fears you've dodged, regrets you've buried, truths you've only dared whisper in the dark. Don't shy away from the discomfort. Let those long-avoided thoughts surface, raw and unfiltered, like waves breaking against a shore you've finally returned to. Feel the intensity of facing yourself without pretense, the weight of each word as it spills onto the page. Write without censoring, messy and real, as if confiding in a friend who listens with open heart, no judgment. You're not unraveling, dear soul. You're uncovering, peeling back layer after layer to reveal a self untouched by the world's demands. This fire doesn't destroy, it purifies, doesn't it? You're not losing yourself. You're finding what's unbreakable, a core no chaos can shake. Musonius Rufus once said, "True strength is forged in trials, and solitude is your trial, your crucible, where the illusions you've carried too long burn away like morning fog." Haven't you hidden wounds, thinking they mark you as less? Those scars don't define you. They refine you, revealing a resilience that's always been yours. You're not fragile. You're being forged, rising clearer, stronger, through greater than *A, through the ashes of what was never meant to stay. You're forging a self that shines through the ashes, a self that's whole, authentic, and true. Solitude's heat isn't your enemy. It's your teacher, guiding you to a truth you've always carried inside. Cleanthes taught that the soul finds clarity in stillness, and this fire is your stillness, a space to see yourself without the world's distortions. As you write today, notice how the fear softens, how clarity blooms, how the flames reveal a self you've always known. You're not burning, you're rising, a light refined by solitude's honest flame, ready to live as you were meant to, whole and true. But peace, that elusive calm you've chased, doesn't it still slip through your fingers? You've tried to seize it, haven't you? Planning every detail, silencing disruptions, wrestling with the chaos that shadows your steps. Yet the restlessness lingers, a quiet ache that no effort seems to soothe. Cleanthes whispered a secret. Peace isn't forced, it's received. A gift that comes when you stop fighting and start listening, letting the world unfold as it will. You're not failing, dear soul. You're simply exhausted. And the next chapter will show you how to lay down that struggle. Are you ready to let go and find the calm that's been waiting? You've felt the weight of chasing peace, haven't you? Clinging to plans, battling chaos, only to find restlessness still lingering like an uninvited guest. But in that struggle, you're learning that peace isn't forced. It's found, waiting quietly within you. Let's step into that calm together now, where your soul can finally rest. Chapter 4 begins here, in the gentle embrace of stillness. Haven't you been fighting a storm you can't tame? Gripping so tightly to a vision of how life should be, every detail in place, every moment perfect. That tension, that ache of holding it all together, you feel it deep in your bones, don't you? The weight of needing your days to bend to your plans, your schedule meticulously organized, your responses carefully measured, pushing harder to make everything right. Yet the agitation clings, doesn't it? Like a knot in your chest that refuses to loosen, no matter how fiercely you tug. You're not weak, dear soul. You're exhausted, pouring your heart into fixing what won't yield. You've mistaken control for peace, haven't you? Believing that a flawless life would finally quiet your spirit, would let you breathe easy at last. You've tried to master it all. The overflowing inbox, the strained conversations, the tasks that pile up like stones. You've told yourself, If I can just get it right, balance work, family, myself, then peace will come. But life doesn't bow to your grasp, does it? It twists, surprises, slips through your fingers, leaving you frustrated, drained, still searching for calm. Zeno's words echo softly. Tumult is a lie, but stillness is truth. You're not failing. You're awakening, realizing that peace doesn't bloom in a perfect world, but in a heart that rests within it, steady and unshaken by the chaos outside. Solitude offers you a gentle release, an invitation to pause, to let go of the need to control. You're not giving up. You're choosing what truly matters, like a weary traveler setting down a heavy load. Today, sit in silence for 10 minutes, eyes closed, letting your thoughts drift like clouds across a vast sky. Don't chase them. Don't cling. Just watch them come and go, soft and fleeting. Notice how they don't define you, how they pass like whispers on the wind. You're not weak for pausing. You're wise, carving out space for peace to settle, soft as morning dew. Feel your breath, slow and steady, anchoring you to this moment, like a quiet tide pulling you home. You're not lost. You're present, discovering a calm that's yours alone. Haven't you feared this stillness, thinking it would leave you empty, exposed, without answers? But it's not a void. It's an opening, a space where your soul can stretch and breathe, free from the world's relentless demands. Epictetus taught that true freedom rises from within, not from a life polished to perfection. As you sit, feel the tension soften, your heart steady, like a lake growing still after a storm. You're not restless, you're resting, building a stillness that holds you firm, no matter the winds that howl outside. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence, about being here, now, without fighting what is. Musonius Rufus said, "The wise need no external order." And you're feeling that truth take root, aren't you? In this silence, you're not empty, you're whole, embracing a calm that's always been tucked inside you, waiting to be uncovered. As you pause today, feel that peace grow, subtle yet strong, like a quiet stream carving its path beneath the noise. You're not struggling, you're settling into a stillness that's yours. A peace no chaos can shatter. You're not lost. You're home, resting in the truth that you are enough, just as you are. Thank you for staying with Live Stoic, Live Strong. It means you're seeking more than words. We're here for that journey with you. But this peace, this stillness, it's only the beginning. What happens when you carry this calm back into the world, letting it guide your steps? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to live from this center, moving with grace through life's unpredictable waves. Are you ready to walk forward, whole and true? You've tasted the peace of stillness, haven't you? That quiet space where you let go of control and found a calm that's truly yours. But there's more to release, weights you've carried far too long, burdens that don't belong to you. Let's shed them now, together, and step lighter into the life you were meant to live. Chapter 5 begins here, in the freedom of choosing your truth. Haven't you carried burdens that feel like chains around your heart? Obligations you never chose. Roles you've played to keep others smiling. Expectations that pull you from your path like an invisible tide. They're heavy, aren't they? Each one a stone added to your load, making every step a struggle, as if you're wading through a river that fights your every move. Zeno warned that we bear more borrowed weight than our own, living for others' approval instead of our own truth. You're not selfish for feeling this weight. You're exhausted, stretched thin by a life shaped by others' demands, by the need to be what they expect, to carry what they've placed upon you. You've said yes when your heart screamed no, haven't you? Stayed silent to avoid a fight, taken on tasks to prove your worth, to be the good friend, the reliable colleague, the perfect child. Each choice stacked another stone, didn't it? Until you felt crushed, not by failure, but by duty, by the weight of a life that doesn't feel like yours. You're not weak, dear soul. You're weary, losing yourself in others' needs, their judgments, their unspoken rules. You've believed the lies, haven't you? That saying no makes you cruel. That stepping back makes you selfish. That disappointing others makes you less. But those are falsehoods, woven by a world that prizes your compliance over your truth. Musonius Rufus taught that shedding what's false reveals what's true, like sunlight breaking through a storm. You're not betraying others by letting go. You're honoring yourself, choosing a life that's yours, not a script written by someone else's pen. Solitude is your mirror, showing you what you've carried, the need to please, the fear of letting down, the armor you've worn to shield yourself from disapproval. Releasing these isn't loss. It's freedom, a chance to keep only what sings to your soul. Today, take a moment to write down one expectation you've shouldered, a duty, a role, a promise that weighs you down. Then choose to release it. Say no, gently but firmly, or step back from what drains you. Feel the weight lift, like a bird taking flight after a long rest. You're not poorer for this, you're lighter, walking a path that's yours, unburdened by what was never meant to stay. Haven't you feared this release, thinking it would leave you alone, unloved, unworthy? But it's not loneliness, it's liberation, a chance to breathe without the pressure of others' gazes. Cleanthes said, "Your soul has its own cadence, and you can't hear it under borrowed burdens." You're not abandoning anyone, you're reclaiming yourself, choosing what resonates with your core, what feels true. As you let go, notice the freedom, the lightness in your step, the quiet strength that blooms like a flower breaking through stone. You're not empty, you're free, moving toward a life that aligns with your heart, your true path. This isn't about isolation, it's about becoming whole. But this freedom is just the start. How do you live from this lighter place, carrying your truth into the world with courage? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to walk this path boldly, rooted in the strength you've uncovered. Are you ready to rise and step forward, unburdened and true? You've begun to shed the weight of others' expectations, haven't you? Feeling the lightness of choosing your truth over their demands, stepping toward a life that's yours alone. Now, let's unravel the deeper fear that's held you back, the fear of solitude itself, and discover the freedom waiting in its embrace. Chapter 6 begins here, where you claim your worth from within. This is about integrity, about building a life that feels like home, not a stage for others' approval. You're not pushing people away, you're prioritizing yourself, rooting yourself in a truth that's steady and unshaken. Epictetus taught that your worth lies within, not in the nods of others, not in their fleeting praise. As you release that burden today, feel the shift, like a fog lifting, to reveal a clear horizon. You're not letting go of love, you're embracing your own. A love that starts with you, fierce and unwavering, a flame that no storm can dim. You're not wandering, you're rooted, stepping boldly toward a life that's yours alone. But that pang of solitude, you felt it, haven't you? That sharp dread of being alone, cutting deeper than you'd care to admit, whispering that without others, you're lacking, unworthy, unseen, like a shadow cast across your heart. It stings, doesn't it? A quiet voice insisting that solitude is a stain, a mark of failure. Zeno taught that this fear isn't yours. It's learned, a lie woven by a world that equates being alone with being less. You're not broken, dear soul. You're trapped, judging yourself through eyes that can't see your truth, tethered to a story you didn't write. Haven't you been taught to fear solitude since childhood? Voices, parents, peers, society, drilling into you that being alone means exclusion, sadness, missing out on life's vibrant pulse. They said connection is everything, that quiet is a flaw, a sign you're somehow wanting. You've carried those voices, haven't you? Feeling a twinge of shame when you're not surrounded, not needed, not part of the crowd. You're not weak for feeling this. You're human, shaped by a culture that fears silence as fiercely as you do. But that fear isn't truth. It's conditioning, a heavy cloak you've worn too long. You've dodged solitude, haven't you? Kept your phone buzzing, filled every pause with noise, lingered in crowds to escape the weight of others' judgments. You've worried what they'd think. Friends, strangers. If you sat alone, ate alone, lived a moment without company. You're not hiding, you're caught, tethered to the fear of their gazes, their whispers, their assumptions. That alone means lonely. Musonius Rufus said freedom comes from needing no one's approval, and you feel that craving deep within, don't you? A longing to break free, to stand in your truth without apology. Solitude isn't absence, it's presence, a sacred space where you define your worth. Today, eat a meal alone, phone off, and sit with the discomfort that bubbles up. Notice the thoughts, the unease, like ripples on a still pond. You're not weak for feeling them. You're brave, facing a fear you didn't choose. Feel your breath, your presence. The simple act of being with yourself, whole in this moment. Like a tree standing tall in its own strength. You're not empty. You're enough, complete in your own company. You've believed you needed others to feel real, haven't you? That their laughter, their nods, their presence made you valid. But Epictetus reminds you, your worth is within, not in their eyes, not in their company. You're not alone in this fear, but you're ready to break its chains. As you embrace solitude's truth, you're stepping into a freedom that's yours alone. In the next chapter, we'll discover how to carry this inner strength into the world, living boldly as your truest self. Are you ready to walk forward, whole and unafraid? You've begun to break the chains of learned fear, haven't you? Sitting alone, feeling the quiet hold you, discovering that solitude isn't emptiness, but a space to claim your worth. Now let's turn inward even further, peeling back the layers of others' gazes to find the truth of who you are. Chapter 7 begins here, in the clear light of your own reflection. You're dismantling a belief that was never yours, one stitched into your soul by a world terrified of its own silence. As you eat alone today, notice how the world doesn't crumble, how you're still here, steady, alive, whole. You're not lacking, dear soul. You're learning, finding a quiet strength in your own company, like a tree standing tall in a gentle breeze. This isn't about cutting ties. It's about forging the most vital connection of all, the one with yourself. You're not rejecting love. You're redefining it, starting with the love you offer yourself, a love that burns steady and true, unshaken by the world's noise. Cleanthes said, "The wise carry their own rhythm, and you're finding yours, aren't you? In this moment of solitude, you're not lost. You're rooted, standing firm in a truth that belongs to you alone." Today, as you sit in quiet, feel the fear soften, the freedom grow, the strength that rises when you need no one else to whisper, "You're enough." You're not alone. You're sovereign, complete in the silence where you belong, like a star shining brightest in the still of night. But haven't you spent too long seeking yourself in others? Their smiles, their approval, their validation shaping who you thought you were, like a puzzle pieced together with fragments that don't fit. It's a maze, isn't it? Each turn, each nod you chased, pulling you further from home, further from your own heart. Cleanthes warned that living for others' eyes blinds you to your own reflection, your own truth. You're not weak for craving love. You're human, bending yourself to fit their expectations, only to lose your voice, your essence, in the process. Haven't you molded yourself to their desires? Said what they wanted to hear, done what they needed, hoping their acceptance would tell you who you are. Each compromise carved away a piece of you, didn't it? A sliver of your truth traded for their fleeting approval. You've smiled when your heart ached to cry, stayed when your soul longed to leave, all to be seen, to feel enough. You're not invisible. You're obscured, buried beneath masks you've worn so long you're not sure where they end and you begin. You've felt the cost, haven't you? That hollow ache after pleasing everyone. The quiet confusion of not knowing what you want, what you believe. You've lived by their rules, their expectations, only to find yourself emptier, like a house adorned for someone else's taste. Beautiful, but not yours. Zeno said, "You weren't made to be another's shadow, yet you've dimmed your light to fit their frame, to dodge their judgment." You're not failing. You're lost, seeking yourself in a mirror that distorts, reflecting only what others wish to see. But solitude shatters that false mirror, inviting you to face yourself in the quiet, where no external light can twist your truth. You're not fading. You're emerging, like a river carving its own path through stone, clear and unstoppable. This clarity is your beginning, but how do you carry it forward, living boldly in a world that still pulls at you? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to hold this truth, stepping into life with a heart that's fully yours. Are you ready to emerge, radiant and true? You've begun to see yourself clearly, haven't you? Shattering the distorted mirror of others' gazes, stepping into solitude's quiet to find your own reflection. Now let's deepen that discovery, listening to the voice within that's been waiting to speak. Chapter 8 begins here, where your truth rises, unfiltered and radiant. Today, take a moment to journal one choice you made for others, something you said, did, or held back, bending to their expectations. Then, write what you'd choose for yourself, raw and honest, as if the page is a trusted friend who holds your truth without judgment. You're not betraying anyone, dear soul. You're honoring your heart, stepping out of their light to let your own shine, like a star breaking free from the clouds. This clarity, this act of choosing yourself, it's not loneliness. It's liberation, a chance to hear your own voice, to know your own desires, clear and unmuted. Haven't you feared this clarity, worried it would leave you unloved, unseen, cast adrift? But it's not isolation. It's freedom, a space where you can finally breathe, where your worth doesn't hinge on others' nods or applause. Epictetus taught that your value lies within, not in their fleeting approval, not in the clamor of their praise. As you write, feel the freedom in naming what's yours, the strength that blooms when you choose yourself, like a river carving its own path, steady and true. You're not lost. You're seen by the one who matters most, you. The weight of their expectations lifts, leaving space for your truth to unfold, your authentic self to rise, vibrant and whole. This isn't about pushing love away. It's about pulling yourself closer, reconnecting with the core of who you are, the spark that makes you you. Musonius Rufus said, "The wise need no one's validation," and you're stepping into that wisdom, aren't you? Grounded in a truth no one else can shape, you're not seeking, you're standing, rooted in your own light. Today, as you journal, feel the clarity grow, like dawn breaking over a quiet valley. You're not a shadow, you're a beacon, shining with a purpose that's yours alone, burning bright in the stillness where you belong. But this journey inward reveals something deeper, doesn't it? You've searched for yourself everywhere, chasing achievements that gleam, relationships that promise, distractions that drown out the ache. Yet the harder you looked, the further you felt from home, like chasing a horizon that slips away with each step. Zeno taught that when all else fades, roles, desires, noise, what remains is you, your unadorned essence, pure and whole, untouched by the world's chaos. You're not broken, you're buried, covered by layers of illusions and expectations, waiting to be uncovered. Haven't you felt the exhaustion of that search? The ache of not finding, the weight of chasing what others call worthy, success, love, recognition. You've built a life to impress, to belong, only to find it leaves you hollow, wondering if you're enough, if you'll ever be enough. You're not failing, you're looking in the wrong places, searching outward when your truth lies within, quiet and unshaken. You've feared solitude's stillness, thinking it would strip you bare, leave you empty. But it's where your core waits, eternal, like a flame that never wavers, no matter the storm. You've clung to roles, haven't you? The worker who never rests, the friend who always gives, the masks you wear to fit in. But those are illusions, heavy veils hiding your light. Solitude is your chance to let them fall, to stand in your essence, whole and true. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to live from this core, carrying your light into the world without losing yourself. Are you ready to shine, unburdened and whole? You've begun to see your own light, haven't you? Journaling your truth, choosing yourself over others' expectations, stepping into solitude's quiet to hear your own voice. Now, let's go deeper, stripping away the final layers to uncover the essence that's always been yours. Chapter 8 begins here, in the sacred stillness, where you find your unshakable core. You've worn roles like cloaks, haven't you? The friend who always listens, the hero who never falters, believing they define you, prove your worth. You've chased goals, approvals, trophies, hoping they'd fill the void within, but they haven't, have they? Leaving you hollow, standing among your achievements yet feeling like a stranger to yourself. Musonius Rufus said, "Loss initiates what can't be bought, and solitude is your loss, not of worth, but of what's false, stripping away the masks to reveal what's eternal, like a star shining clear after the clouds part." You're not starting over, you're recognizing what's always been there, steady beneath the noise, waiting for you to claim it. Solitude isn't emptiness, it's fullness, a sanctuary where you shed what's not yours to find what is. Spend 15 minutes alone today, asking, what remains when I let everything go? Write the answer, no matter how small. A feeling, a memory, a quiet truth. You're not grasping, you're uncovering, like an archaeologist brushing away dust to reveal a treasure that's always been. Feel its quiet strength, its steady presence, like a lighthouse beaming through the darkest storm. You're not lost, you're found. Standing firm in a truth no chaos can dim, no noise can drown. Haven't you feared this quiet, worried it would lay bare your flaws, your doubts, your deepest fears? But it's not judgment, it's revelation, showing you a self untouched by the world's distortions, a self that's enough just as it is. Cleanthes taught that your soul holds its own light, and solitude lets you see it, bright and unwavering, burning steady beneath the layers you've carried. You're not rebuilding, you're revealing, embracing a truth that's always been yours, like a river finding its course after years of being dammed. As you write, notice how the noise fades, how your essence shines, quiet but powerful, like a flame that needs no fuel but itself. This isn't reinvention, it's reunion, a homecoming to the self that's always been steady beneath the world's clamor. Epictetus taught that your worth lies within, not in what you achieve, not in what others see. You're not searching. You're home, resting in the stillness where you belong. Today, as you sit alone, feel the peace, the strength, the quiet certainty that you are enough. You're not empty. You're complete. A light no darkness can dim, a truth no storm can shake. You've walked through 7 thresholds, haven't you? From the noise that drowned your rhythm to the stillness that revealed your core, you faced solitude's fire and emerged clearer, stronger, whole. You're not the person who started this journey. You've shed what wasn't yours, confronted fears that never belonged, and found a truth no chaos can touch. Stoicism has shown you that solitude isn't loneliness. It's liberation, a path to the self you've always been, unshaken and free. But this is not the end. It's a beginning. How do you carry this radiant truth into the world, living boldly as the self you've uncovered? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to walk this path with courage, shining your light without fear. Are you ready to step forward, whole and true? You've uncovered your essence in solitude's stillness, haven't you? Stripping away the roles and illusions to reveal the unshakable core that's always been yours. Now let's stand fully in that truth, embracing the freedom of living as your truest self. Chapter 8 begins here, where you claim your light and walk boldly forward. That ache, that longing to be seen, you felt it deep in your bones, haven't you? But now, you see yourself, not through the clouded lens of others' eyes, but through your own, clear and radiant, like a lake reflecting a starlit sky. You're no longer chasing shadows or fleeting approvals. You're living, moving in harmony with a rhythm that's yours alone, each step a testament to the strength you've found. Every moment of quiet, every pause in solitude has brought you closer to home, to a core so steady that no chaos can shake it, no storm can dim its glow. Take a moment now to write in the comments, "I'm ready to find myself." Share which principle has stirred your soul the deepest, your rhythm, your essence, or perhaps another truth that's sparked within you. This is your vow, your spark, your sacred promise to keep walking this path, step by steady step. Subscribe and hit the bell to continue this journey with us, and share this video with someone still lost in the world's noise, someone yearning to hear their own voice above the clamor. You're not just helping yourself, you're lighting a path for others, like a beacon calling them home. You're not searching anymore, are you? You're standing as yourself, grounded, complete, and free, like a tree rooted deep in fertile soil, unshaken by the winds of others' expectations. The world's clamor can't pull you from your center now. You've found your truth, your light, burning bright within, guiding you toward a life that's truly yours. Each step you take is a declaration. You are enough, just as you are, whole and radiant in your own rhythm. But this journey doesn't end here. It's a doorway to something greater. How do you carry this newfound strength into the world, living with courage and authenticity in every moment? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to weave this truth into your daily life, shining your light without fear. Are you ready to step forward, bold and true, into the life you were meant to live? Thank you for your time. If one idea touched you today, come back next time it may reach deeper. Share this with someone who needs a quiet moment. See you in the next video.